You ever notice how the second somebody starts asking real questions about reality, about why things feel rigged, about why the world keeps you tired, distracted, and reaching for your phone, somebody always pipes up and says, "Don't go down that conspiracy rabbit hole"? Funny how that works. Funny how the warning shows up exactly when you're getting close to something. Let's talk about the Demiurge, and let's talk about it right, because most of what you heard about this concept is either watered down or made so scary you stopped looking at it before you understood it. First thing, the Demiurge ain't a villain twirling a mustache somewhere outside the universe. That's the cartoon version. And cartoon versions exist to keep you from taking a concept seriously. The Demiurge is a mechanism. It's the principle of limitation itself. The architect, not of evil, but of boundary, matter, form, separation. The whole operating system that makes a body feel different from a mind, that makes you feel different from everything else. Old Gnostic texts called it the false creator of the material world, not false like fake, false like partial, a copy of something higher, mistaken for the original. Here's why that distinction actually matters to your Tuesday, not just your theology. If you think the Demiurge is an evil being out to get you, you spend your whole life fighting a monster. If you understand it's a mechanism, a law of limitation that built the playing field you're standing on, you stop fighting the game and start learning the rules. That's the difference between a victim and a player who actually knows what board they're on. So how's this thing actually architected? Limitation operates through layers, and the first layer is the one you live in every single day without clocking it. The senses, your eyes, your ears, your skin, every single one of them is a filter, not a window. You don't experience reality directly. You experience a narrow, curated slice of it, translated into a form your nervous system can survive processing. That's not a flaw. That's the architecture doing exactly what it's built to do. Limit infinite information into something a body can use without short-circuiting. Second layer, the ego, same mechanism, different altitude. Where the senses limit information, the ego limits identity. It draws a hard line and says, this is you, that's not you. And it does it so convincingly you forgot it was ever a line at all instead of a wall. You think I am this body, this name, this story, and that thought feels like bedrock. It ain't bedrock, it's architecture. Somebody or something built that wall and you've been living inside it so long you call it home. Now, this is the part people skip past too fast. This same structure shows up across damn near every tradition that ever looked closely at reality, just wearing different names. Gnostics called it the Demiurge and Archons. Hermetics talked about the lower self trapped in illusion, waiting on the higher self to remember itself. Even modern psychology, stripped of the mystical language, talks about ego construction the same basic way. A self built out of limitation, mistaking the wall for the whole house. Different vocabulary, same architecture. That consistency ain't a coincidence. That's multiple traditions independently bumping into the same mechanism and giving it the language available to them at the time. So if the Demiurge is the architecture of limitation and it's running through your senses and your ego every day, all day, what's the actual way out? And I got to be real with you. The way out ain't escape. You can't outrun architecture. You can't punch your way past the filter that's built into how perception works. The way out is gnosis, direct knowing, not belief, not faith, not just intellectually agreeing with what I'm saying right now and moving on with your day unchanged. Gnosis means you actually catch the wall while it's being built. You feel the ego draw its line. I am this, I'm not that. And instead of accepting it automatically the way you have your whole life, you ask it a simple question. Says who? You feel the senses narrow your reality down to threat, scarcity, fear. And instead of living inside that narrowed slice like it's the whole truth, you remember it's a slice, not the territory. That's it. That's the entire weapon, not a ritual, not a magic word, not some external escape hatch, just consistent, repeated, direct seeing. You do that enough times, the architecture don't disappear, but your relationship to it changes completely. You go from being built by the limitation to standing inside it, aware of it, unshaken by it. That's the difference between a prisoner who doesn't know he's in a cell and a man standing in the same room with the door wide open the whole time. So here's your actual takeaway. The thing I want you walking away with today, every time a thought shows up telling you what you can't do, who you can't be, what's too far for somebody like you, that's the architecture talking, not the truth talking. Catch it, ask it where it came from. That's Gnosis in real time, not in a textbook. The Demiurge built the walls. He didn't lock the door. Go check.